Hello, welcome back to the channel. So this weekend I'm up at Loch Goil. My uncle owns the Boatshed Café, which you've probably seen on here before. It's probably Scotland's most scenic cafe, and I help him out with some social media things and other bits and bobs like that. And we're just going to go and film some content at a waterfall near the village. And I've got a wee bit of a side mission for myself, which is hopefully what this video is going to be. Hoping to find some wild garlic. I absolutely love wild garlic. It's the first day of March, and traditionally it probably starts coming out end of February, sort of March time, depending on location. I've got another location where I know it definitely is, but it's a wee bit of a drive away from here and I don't really have the time, so I'm hoping somewhere along this route, in the way to the waterfall, I can find some wild garlic, and I'm going to make some wild garlic butter. I've got a nice steak with me that I'm going to cook up for dinner. So I'm hoping that's what I'm going to show you by the time this video finishes, as well as the walk and the waterfall and whatever else I'm up to this weekend. So stick about and see how I get on. The waterfall that I'm going to is known as Donich Falls. The directions online aren't great, but you can park at the car park in the village right on the shore, then walk through the village, past the bowling club, the village hall, and when you reach the fire station on the left, there is a path across the road, turning to the right. Follow this. Google Maps shows the falls, and it also shows the tracks that I'm talking about, and it was pretty easy to follow from there. So far, pretty easy path to follow, relatively flat throughout. This wee section's getting a wee bit steep, which is why I'm blowing out my arse a wee tiny bit. I'm relatively fit, but don't think there's any sort of gym workout or home running or anything that prepares you for hill walking, even mild hill walking like this. I think it's just a different level of fitness that's required altogether. So pretty straightforward. Let's see what the rest of the walk is like. So the path's flattened out a wee bit now, and I'm sort of deep in the woods, surrounded with the trees on both sides. I don't know if you can hear it on the camera, but I can definitely hear water raging. And I think if I look down through these trees, I don't know if you can even make it out, but wee white specks, I think that's the river. So I don't think I'm too far for the falls. Well, my map shows I'm not too far for the falls either. It's not just complete guesswork, but lovely wee walk so far, really nice. So I've arrived at this wee bit behind us, really nice. Lovely wee falls and a wee sort of glen that cuts down through. I'm going to go up, there's a wee bridge up here, and see if I can walk up a wee bit higher and see if there's any more up there. So I've got the photos and video that I needed. Basically just looking to take some of the cakes and pastries and show you that you can get a packed lunch for the boat shed and come a walk in the local area for them to use on social media and stuff. So I'm going to head up to the bit that I pointed to earlier and see if I can see any bits higher up the falls. So I've came out of the bridge. I was literally just down there. There's the bridge and up this wee path. You can see like a wee pool here. It actually looks as if it'd be deep enough for a wee dip here, to be honest. I'm not going here, I've not broke my stuff. I was here to take photos and video, and I've only got so much room in this wee bag, but it looks like a cracking wee secluded spot, so let's go down and take a wee look. So it's a cracking wee spot. It's a tiny bit treacherous coming down to it, but as long as you take your time and mind your footing, it'll be alright. This big tree looks as if it's came down in the recent storm, but you get around that and get in there for a wee dip. So I think that's definitely one for the summer and the hotter months. Take a wee walk up here, get a dip in there and cool down after the wee walk up. So lovely spot. So I've just come up a wee bit further. I was just down there a second ago. There's this wee bridge. It looks like there's a nice wee picnic spot up here. Let's go and take a wee look. There you go. Wee picnic table. You sit in the forest, enjoy your lunch. Looks to be another wee clearing up here. As far as I know, it's a circular route. I'm not doing the circular route. As I say, I was just sort of here to get the photos and stuff, but I'm just taking a wee nosy while I'm here. But aye, looks as if it just goes a wee bit further up a hill. But that'll do me. I've got my photos. It's getting a wee bit late into the afternoon. Still only March, so still gets dark about 5:30ish. So I'll head back and get done what I need to get done. Currently, no wild garlic, which I was hoping to make my wild garlic butter to have in my steak and mushrooms. But I brought garlic with me, so I've got a fallback. Might not be as interesting as a sort of catch and cook or foraging cook, but I'll definitely get it at some point. But I'll show you that anyway, back at the flat. So I'm just heading back down to the village, and what a day it is today, 1st of March. Is it just me, or has it felt like the longest winter in history? Dark, wet, cold constantly. Fingers crossed this is us turning a corner. And famously around about middle of March it quite often snows in Scotland, so I'm probably getting ahead of myself a wee bit, but it's so nice to be out here today. A pair of sunglasses on after all the darkness and the sun shining on your face. It just makes all the difference. Being out and about makes all the difference, to be perfectly honest, but it's just that bit easier when the weather's like this. So it's probably going to be a wee bit windy, but look at this view walking down the hill. Birds chirping in the trees. How can you not be happy out and about doing this? So an unexpected but class turn of events. I was expecting by the time I got back and got sorted and went to the cafe that it would be dark and I would just go back to the flat and cook dinner. But there's still a bit of daylight hanging about, and I've not been fishing in ages. So I've went and set up the rod, and I'm going to come down here, have a couple of casts. There's a wee jetty there. I don't know, maybe some wee pollock or something hanging about. Doesn't really matter. I'll just be happy to have a couple of casts. So let's see how we go on here. So, no fish, and I've just lost my spinner, so I'm taking that as my sign to get up to the flat and get my dinner on. I know it's a cheesy thing to say when you don't catch a fish, and I would much rather have caught a fish, but it's just class being out. Anybody that goes fishing will know that. First time in a long time, the last couple of years, I've just been too busy. I've not really fished an awful lot, having the wee man and work and everything else, so any chance I get to have a wee cast is always good. And I'm going to be up here quite a bit throughout the year, so hopefully in the summer months when it's the lighter nights I'll get a couple of hours after work to do a wee bit of fishing, and I'll let you know how I got on with that. But I'm going to get up to the flat, I'm going to get the fire on, and I'm going to get my dinner on, so I'll see you there. Right, so the fire's on and my whiskey's poured. Time to get on with dinner. Gone very straightforward. Tender stem broccoli. Pot to boil. Mushrooms. I'd have loved to have picked my own mushrooms, but I knew the chances were slim just for this time of year. You do get them, but not as common as maybe like the autumn and stuff. Use a wee cut through. They probably don't even need a wee cut through, to be honest. Just some of the bigger ones. just going to get them in a pan, nice and hot, and get most of the juices cooked out. I'll just take some garlic. I'd have loved to have made the wild garlic, but stay with me, one of the episodes early summer, or well, in the coming months, I'll definitely get some wild garlic, because I know exactly where it grows. It just wasn't the other day, so we'll just use the normal stuff. And then we've got a ribeye steak. It's no my kitchen, so don't hold it against me, but I can't find any pepper. So looks like just salt. Both sides. Leave that to sit for a wee bit. Mushrooms are split in half. And we're just going to turn the heat down a wee bit, put the butter in, put the garlic in. You don't want the heat too high because the garlic will burn and so will the butter. And then get the steak on. Make sure you stay hydrated as well. Cheers. There we go. So, no my kitchen, bit hastily thrown together, but a decent dinner. All the same, I'd normally like to let my steak rest a wee bit longer, if I'm being honest, but I'm starving and I don't want to, so I'm going to just get stuck in. Taste magic. So going to finish this, and then the plan is I'm going to spend the rest of the evening just editing the stuff that I've done today, which is pretty boring. So I'll catch up with you in the morning and we'll see what we're up to. Good afternoon. So this morning I got up, went along to the boat shed, picked up a couple of cakes and took them along to Carrick Castle to capture some footage. The footage that I'm getting this weekend is to be used on their Instagram, and we're also creating a YouTube account as well, and the YouTube account's going to show you a wee bit more in detail, behind the scenes stuff, interviews, how we make stuff as well, local attractions, which is what I've been doing this weekend. So hope you've enjoyed it. I know it's a wee bit random, but that's the whole point in this channel, is to show you the behind the scenes of my trips that I share on Instagram. I've just quickly stopped up here at the rest and be thankful. I'm just hiding behind the van for the wind, and it's as beautiful as ever. So I hope you enjoyed this week's vlog. Remember to like, subscribe, comment if you've been to the boat shed, let me know, or let me know if you plan on visiting, and I'll see you in the next one.